Hi everyone, it's Giselle here with a channeled message from our beloveds. And the message I'm getting very strongly today is that we found each other once, so we will do that again. But the thing with that is we have to go within and really look at our process, which made me ask myself, okay, what did I do before that manifested my beloved into my life? And I'm revisiting all the steps that I took, the place that I was in, the mindset that I had. And the thing I noticed was that I was focused on myself, and I had no resistance to meeting anyone. I had no anger, I had no resentment, I had only hope. Basically, I was expecting nothing, yet expecting everything. And we're being guided back there, because I keep hearing over and over, we found each other before, and we will do so again. And what you seek is not outside of yourself. Stop looking for 3D validation. Stop checking in and trying to establish evidence from the 3D, because before we met, there was no such evidence. You didn't know you were going to meet me, and I didn't know I was going to meet you, but we did it. So we must go back to that and do so again. And so today I am setting myself this challenge, and I invite anyone who feels drawn to do this themselves. The challenge of expecting nothing, yet everything, and going within to build up your completeness within you. Because what can you change? You cannot change the way that your beloved behaves, right? You cannot change external circumstances, but you have the choice to change you, what you feel, what you think, and what you do. So today, I am deciding, and I have decided, that I will do everything in my power to change myself. Any meditations or rituals I once felt compelled to do for my beloved, I will do for myself, because I can check in with myself all the time. I can check in how I feel, I can check in my progress, I can get evidence that my work on myself is taking hold and working. I choose to change myself back to that state of expecting everything and nothing at the same time. Because I was able to do it before, so I can do this again. Of course I can. I had the magic formula. I just lost it along the way. And the thing to think as well is, when you look back at your love story, and I know sometimes when you're not getting the physical evidence it may be frustrating, but you know, the best love stories, the best, most entertaining films that you used to watch when you were little, I know my favourites were The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. You know, what do they all have in common? They had an obstacle. It didn't just happen so that, oh, I found my Prince Charming and now I'm living happily ever after. No, there was always some sort of obstacle in the middle of the story that made it interesting, that made it compelling, that got you at the edge of your seat going, oh my goodness, how is this going to turn out? Right? So you just have to be playful with it and see your life in that light of, you know what? I'm going through this obstacle, this middle part. What do they call it? Chapters. So you have chapter 1 where you're introduced and you meet your Prince Charming, just like Snow White met him at the very beginning, just like Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, met her Prince Charming at the very beginning. Then there's chapter 2 where you have to overcome certain obstacles. The chapter 2 is the thing that makes it interesting. The chapter 2 is what builds character, you know? And they all end up, chapter 3, being, and they lived happily ever after. So we are now in our chapter 2, and we can decide what we do with that. Do we despair and give up? Because that wouldn't make for a very good story, would it? Oh, I met my Prince Charming. Oh, now I'm going to give up. You know, you face a little bit of adversity, and then you feel like giving up. And I know I'm approaching this from a very simplistic and a very childlike manner, and I'm laughing at myself for doing it. but I feel that that's the best way to go. That's the way forward. That we've gotten so serious and so rigid and so strict, but I keep hearing over and over, approach this from a child's perspective. Be playful with it, be light-hearted, and that's the best way to be. It's the same with my business. When I'm struggling, well, not struggling, but kind of not panicking, I'm trying to find the words. Say, for instance, it comes in waves, I feel, my business. Some periods when it rains, it pours, basically. When I'm busy, I'm super busy. When I'm quiet, I'm quite quiet, and it frustrates me. And when I'm quiet, I become a bit nervous, I become a bit panicky, going, oh my God, am I going to meet the amount of clients I need for this month in order to pay all my bills? Yeah, I shouldn't be like that, really. I should just relax and give it up to the universe and say, God, you are my endless supply. Just provide me with all the things that I need. You know, a good balance between being able to help the right people and the right people finding me. And then I'm okay. So I just need to be playful with it. I just need to relax. I need to take myself back to that place where I was before I met my beloved. Because I had no expectations. Yet I was expecting the very best. And I was focused on myself. I was making sure that I got myself into the job that I wanted, got myself into the fitness that I was desiring my body to be, you know, taking care of myself, putting on makeup, doing my hair. I know these are very simple things, right? But these things matter because the way that you make yourself feel is important. You know, do I make myself happy? Because ultimately, you have that choice. You can effectively change your life in an instant should you choose to. You have the choice to make yourself happy. You have the choice to make yourself have the dream life that you wish and be carefree about it and not care. Because back then I didn't think, oh, it's going to take me years to find my beloved. All I thought was, I have an idea of the perfect man. I will find him, and it can be any day now. And what happened? Less than a couple of months later, I found him. And it was beautiful, and it was more perfect than I could have ever expected, because I wasn't gluing an idea, an image, or, you know, a list. I mean, I had a rough idea of what I wanted, but the universe answered my prayer in a way that I could have never even expected. And I need to do that again. And so I challenge myself to do this, and anyone who feels that it would be good for them to do this too, let's do this together. Let's do this together. Start a little group, a little, like Weight Watchers, but for reuniting with our beloveds. But not focusing on that. Let's reunite with ourselves, just like I did back before I met my beloved. Reunite with yourself, find yourself, love yourself, complete yourself, and everything else will follow. This is your second chapter. Do with it what you will. But does it make a compelling story to just watch the heroine of the story just crying in a corner, going, I'm never going to get what I want? No. No, of course not. You know, and I liken it to these Disney movies, which is just such a childlike way of approaching it. But say, for instance, you have a karmic partner, just like in The Little Mermaid, with you know, the sea witch and Prince Eric. Did Ariel give up when she found out that Prince Eric was being hypnotized by the sea witch to marry her instead? No, she did something about it. You know, she didn't just cower away and cry and just leave and never come back. I mean, what kind of a story would that have made, you know? In the face of adversity, when things are the hardest, you have the choice to decide, am I going to do something about it, or am I going to cower away and cry and live alone, depressed ever after? You have that choice. Believe it or not, it's not up to your beloved. You know? I mean, you are one. You are connected at the heart. So you have the choice. They are an external reflection of you. Are you whole and complete within, or are you just sitting there desperately hoping for someone, something from your external experience to change everything for you? Because I didn't have anyone change anything for me before I met my beloved. I was the one to make all the changes. I was the one who went to the gym religiously. I was the one who found a better job. I was the one to make myself look beautiful and appreciate my body and tell myself how amazing, I nearly swore, how beautiful and amazing I was every single day. And I worshipped myself. And that's not being selfish or being narcissistic. It is honoring yourself, right? So honor yourself today. Make a vow. Make a vow to yourself to honor yourself, to make yourself the most beautiful, most loving, most amazing version of yourself. And I promise you, through growing that inner confidence, making yourself feel better, it's going to shine and the rest will follow. It's your choice. Do you want your chapter 2 to look boring and pathetic? No, I don't want to make my chapter 2 about me crying in a corner. Imagine looking back at this, right? Imagine looking back at this years later and seeing yourself crying and being miserable. What kind of a film would that make? Well, no one's going to win any Oscars there. It's going to be pathetic. It's going to be just absolutely a waste of a chapter. Don't waste your chapter, guys. Let's do this. Let's get our prince back. Let's get a happily ever after. We're not going to cower away in a corner crying and quitting. No. What kind of a story will that make? So do it, you know. But don't try to do it outside of yourself. Work on yourself. And I know that sounds tiresome and everyone's constantly saying this, but it's true. And I know it's true for me. Rather than meditating on him and doing rituals for him, do it on myself. Meditate for myself. Get him out of the equation, because he's already there anyway. I don't hold any resentment. I don't hold any anger for him. I hold an open... Basically, how I picture this is the door is open, okay? My heart is open. All he needs to do is walk through it. But I'm not going to be looking for him. I'm not going to go outside and peek every 5 minutes going, are you there? Are you there? No, the door is open. He has the key anyway. And all I need to do is work within. Because I can't have him coming over when my house is a mess. Cluttered and miserable. I know these metaphors are weird, right? But just bear with me. You want your house to be spick and span, beautiful, shining, you know, just absolutely glowing, right? Make sure that you are glowing, inviting. Who wants to come to a dingy, depressing place? You know, you don't want that. So you want to work on yourself. Forget all the external stuff. Leave that up to the universe. Write a letter to the universe, okay? Say, universe, I want this, 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 and this, and this, and this. And in turn, I vow to work on myself. And only on myself, and not even bother with the external, because I know that you have it in hand. You have my order. All I'm doing now is working on myself and waiting for the postman to come with my parcel, which is you, universe, delivering my beloved back to me. And if we all do this and encourage each other, it's going to make it so much easier. Because I did it alone before. And now I know I don't have to do it alone because I have every single one of you who wants to support me and I want to support you back. So let's do this. Let's make a vow. From this day forth, I will no longer search outside of myself. I will no longer peek outside my door every 5 minutes. Because my door is open, my beloved knows it, the universe knows it, the universe has my back, and all I need to do now is work on myself. And then chapter 3 will come, and then we can all celebrate and have a beautiful happily ever can't get my words out, I'm too excited. We'll have a beautiful happily ever after, because that is what we came here to do, that is what we deserve, and there is no way that we will fail. But it is up to us on how quickly we want that to happen. How quickly do we want our chapter 2 to last for? You know? Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. And through us getting this to happen for us, we are then in turn activating each and every one of the people who are also on this journey but maybe don't know it yet. So let's do this. I hope that this has helped you. And if you would like to come to me for a reading, all my details are in the link. I have some special offers going at the moment for January and Valentine's, and I'd be more than happy to work with you. Thank you all so much. And remember, you can't change what's outside of you, but you can change what is inside. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.